I think the other interesting thing that you do is like journal, or like at least on your page.
Yes.
Curate
Yeah.
the feeding side of things.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably has been my favorite part about Sage growing up. I'm a foodie. I love food so much. I love to cook. I've always loved to cook growing up and everything. So when it was time to eat, most of the information online is boil potatoes, blend them, serve to the baby. Just plain potatoes. Don't put anything else. Take pumpkin, blend, give to the baby. And for some reason I was just like, this doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like it's tasty, honestly. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to give this to my child. So I once came across, I remembered actually when I was reading about that I once came across this this guy called the Body Coach on Instagram. He's like a fitness coach dude in the UK. And way before I was pregnant, way before anything, he had this picture he posted of his child, of this book that he was using to wean his child.
Okay.
And it was basically veg first, so he was doing veg first, and then he was doing it baby-led weaning, but with purees as well. So I was like, that's such a cool way to introduce food to your child. So his strategy was to present the child with a blended version of whatever it is, as well as like a soft-cooked, you know, version of the same thing. Yeah, so so the child was able to kind of taste a bit of the puree, as well as, you know, chew on or like try and eat the food. And from my reading, I realized children naturally want to feed themselves. They want to get involved, and that's why it's always like they knock things off the table. And immediately when you do that, the parents are like, oh, okay, they're doing the wrong thing. Now let's take the puree away. I'm going to be feeding them myself. But in reality, that's them learning. That's them encountering the food, experiencing what's on their plate, and it makes them, in the future, what I've learned and what's worked for my child, she's been very interested in food and has loved food more now that I allow her to just kind of explore and really, and it was really messy in the beginning, like really, really messy.
Yes.
I think anyone who was following me like ages ago knows the food used to go everywhere, and it was just about allowing it and knowing that this is a bit of more information. The child doesn't actually need to eat between 6 and 12 months. They don't actually need to take in any nutrition. It's just because they're still breastfeeding full time.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Food is for play at that age.
Exactly. It's about learning
discovery.
about textures and different tastes, because all they know is breast milk from then. Yeah. So just like learning, like how does it feel to drink water from a cup? How does it feel to use a fork? Like, you know, learning all these things, and that prepares them for post 1. So now when they are at 1 onwards, they do need the nutrition. And so now at that point, they've already had like enough exposure, and they're like, okay, now I'm ready to try new foods and eat them, actually eat. So yeah, so my experience from 1 has now been actual eating. And I made this reel the other day of her initially just like, you know, trying the spoon, and it was like a progress reel for me. And it was just so incredible to see her finally pick up the fork her food and put it in her mouth. And I was just like, that the journey, it doesn't look like that. It's not that simple. But if you give up in the beginning when they're still throwing food around, you'll never see, okay, of course you will eventually, but the satisfaction of finally seeing them use that fork the way it's supposed to be used, just unmatched. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I hear many people have been asking you for a cookbook with recipes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is not my forte. Like, it's not something that I ever wanted to do or anything.
Yeah.
But I do have really lovely recipes that Sage has loved growing
Right.
up. And I would love to just share them somehow.
Yeah,
I'd love to help other moms to just have, because it's hard. It can get hard sometimes, you know. You're just like, what the heck do I cook? Like, it's 8 a.m. in the morning, they've already woken you up, you've already given them the banana that was there to give you, to buy yourself time.
Exactly.
And then you're just like,
okay,
what do I do
now
now?
what?
Yeah, so sometimes you throw together Cerelac. The other day I tried some Cerelac and I realized how sugary it is. And I was like, so many kids have this? Like, wild. Yeah, so it's always just, I think it would be a good resource to have, just like healthy things you can throw together quickly for your child, you know?
Absolutely.
And cheaply.
That's key.
Yes, it's a massive thing.
Yeah, I know. yeah, figuring out what the kids should eat is always like a mental load for moms, you know?
Yeah. From morning, you're just like, okay, so I know she's eating this for breakfast, but lunch is dinner sorted. Okay, yeah. Is everything there? Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Tick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been on this in my household. Like last year, I think I was like entirely too busy and kind of just, let things fall by the wayside. And when it was December holidays, I was like, you guys have been eating what?
Yeah.
I had to like back to the drawing board and, menu. Many girlfriend calls in between. What are you serving? What are you serving?
Yeah.
So definitely, think about the recipe book because it's always needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.